Okay, this is a meeting of the Camp Kiwanee Commission. It is March 27th, 2024 at 5:32 p.m. Since we are doing a Zoom call, we'll need to do a roll call vote. So all in attendance, Frank Malisi,
Melissa Scartesi,
Kayla Moss,
Caroline Mills.
and then there is also a guest, Chris Shaw here.
yes.
Let me go through and pull up the agenda. We only have one item on our agenda this evening, and that would be, if it would work, we'll meet with Chris Shaw from the Old Breed Production and 2024 Calicoast Rock Films LLC, discussing on the Old Breed filming at Camp Kiwanee from May 19, 2024 to May 22nd, 2024. Okay, Chris, if you want to take it away, give us a little bit of the background about what you're doing, what the show's about, and then we'll start asking questions.
So it's a proof of concept. So this will not be released to the public, but our plan is once we do get picked up, we would love to continue our relationship with you all in terms of the filming process for that. We also have that stuff on our end kind of lined up in terms of the executives from platforms. But it is a story that is set in Prohibition about the rise of the moonshine industry in Franklin County, Virginia. So it takes place in the 1920s. And, just brief rundown on the days of shooting. We'd be looking to potentially have a scout. Myself and another producer saw the camp last December, but we would just need some of our few heads of department just to come by around for 4 to 5 hours max, just walking around and talking through the situations. And then actually we would only end up needing to shoot 2 days on the property, which would be the 21st and 22nd. And that's tentative dates because we're still figuring that out with cast. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so how many people are you gonna have on site? Were you guys like sleeping when you're here for the 2 days? Are you gonna be being on site in the cabins? How's that working?
Yeah. So for
Can you hear me?
oh yeah.
Yep.
So for the first day that we would be there, it would be around 7 main principal talent with around 7 background members and then 30 crew. For the second day of shooting at the property, it would be around 9 principal talent, 25 background, 30 crew. And with that being said, that's the maximum number for each day. That does not reflect how many people will be there throughout the entire day. That will very much vary throughout based on what scene we're shooting and everything else. That's especially the case for the second day, of why the background actor amount is so high. That's for a single scene. It would be the last scene that we shoot that night. So for the rest of the day leading up to it, it wouldn't nearly be that many. Now, where we would be looking to shoot would be the inside and outside of the Frontier Log Cabin. I believe that it's called. Same with the small structure that's beside the Frontier Log Cabin. I believe it's to the left of it. And then one of the small cabins, I think it's like one of the 1-bed ones that I had seen. And then the larger cabin, I forget what the name was of it, but it has a fireplace and a small stage inside of it. Then we would utilize the large meadow behind the campground. And then the surrounding forest and dirt roads. So we wouldn't be utilizing the lodge in terms of anything shooting, but we would need to have one of the parking lots, which, it could also, if it worked out better to have that at the, by the pond, the parking lot for that as well. And that would mainly just consist of, crew vehicles, which we would try and limit as many as possible. And then structure-wise would just be 2 trailers, one for talent, one for bathrooms, and then it would just be tents. And then we will have a catering crew come in and out just to supply us with our meals. And then in terms of other production vehicles, it would be 2 box trucks and a high roof van. And then a picture vehicle. So that would be kind of, in terms of, I know it's a lot of information, but in terms of where we're shooting, where we're setting up, and kind of some of the bigger physical items that we would have. And we would have generators, so everything would run through us power-wise, and less inside of like the Frontier cabin. If it has like a bulb or a lamp light, we would use that, or we would replace it with one of our bulbs, but anything would be under 30 watts. So very non-invasive to the power, and everything else, base camp and shooting wise, would flow through us completely.
Okay. So just I don't know, Dory, if you want to give us some more background. I know you've been talking to Chris and everything like that. I'm sorry, I think there's a delay on my Zoom meeting, by the way. So
I do have a question. Frank, can I ask a question, or you want to wait for Dory?
Yeah, you can ask a question. Go ahead.
Just in terms of the vehicles and such, that it's so parking is very limited at the camp.
Yes.
So with the trailer, you said 2 trailers. So would you would keep those down probably by the pond, the bigger? Okay. And then I guess, there's only one road in, one road out. So we can't have any vehicles on that road at all. They would just have to stay, within the parking lots upper camp, and then near the pond.
Yeah. And in terms of any, like, if we, moving closer to, once we're able to lock down the date, and if there's an agreed upon, between us, if we foresee that the parking lots won't be able to fill as much of our cars, especially for that second day, we can always take it upon ourselves to find additional parking somewhere else, and then just transport them into it.
Yeah, in the past, I think we've had crews do this in the past. I think they've parked at Shaw's and then had a shuttle go to
They
the
can
camp.
do McQuan also.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that. Just go up to the school.
Yeah, McQuan is right there too.
Okay. Chris, have you talked to any of the other departments in town, police department, fire department, board of health, and stuff like that, for any other permits that you might need? I know we had a company that came it was probably close to a year ago now, that also wanted to do filming, and I believe they had to get permission from the select board, but I don't think there was a permit for it, and they had to make sure that the police and fire know that there's going to be stuff going on there at least.
Yeah. So we haven't spoken to them yet, but we'll definitely go through all the necessary channels that we need to, including that. And we actually, for the second day, I think I mentioned to Tori that we potentially would like to use the fire pit that's already established. And even for that not being like a massive bonfire, we would still want to hire fire marshal to be on set during that to make sure safety's all good. And we'll also have a set medic just there on both days. But yeah, in terms of going through the other necessary channels, that's something that we definitely will do. If this is where we are able to end up shooting at.
Okay, awesome. Dory, do you have anything to add? Sorry, Melissa, I just want to give Dory a chance to chime in here.
Yeah, I don't know. She can hear us, but I don't think we can hear her. She's texting me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
The only other thing, sorry, I had one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Melissa.
In regards to the fire. So I did see in your write-up, it says for certain scenes, we would like to utilize lit candles in some of our interiors.
Yes.
So I know in the lodge, we have a really strict policy that there's no open flame. I
Okay.
don't know about the other buildings. I don't know, Frank, if you want to chime in with that.
I personally wouldn't have an issue with that if they had, somebody on site that was, able to, fire extinguisher and stuff like that. I mean, I would imagine that the movie rules are probably a little bit more strict than what we have at the camp in terms of fire and stuff like that. If you guys have open fire, we can write that into a contract as well. If you have open fire, have somebody with a fire extinguisher ready just in case something happens there. And obviously any damage that happens to the cabin while that happens is going to have to be covered by you guys. So if the whole cabin burns down, hopefully not, but you guys would have to replace that obviously. But I don't really have an issue with that, as long as there's somebody on site that can actually fix it and kind of be there.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's just my opinion. So
depending on what you all decide, we'll have on top of, we would have the fire extinguisher there, which we would have that just in general, even if there's not an open flame just being used, just in case of, any one of our generators or something freak accident happens. We want to make sure we protect the property more than anything. So we would have that, but we would also, we'll provide all the necessary insurance to cover anything like that, and also, have general liability insurance so that you all, have no fault in terms of if anyone gets injured throughout that process, which, we definitely want to try and avoid as much as possible. But like I said, at the end of the day, for us, it's just if we're able to formulate an agreement, it's about us trying to be very graceful and grateful of the situation and to the property and to you all for allowing us to be there. So everything we do, we want to have the utmost respect and also try and be as least invasive as possible, and make it seem like when we leave that we were never even there. So that's always a goal of ours within it. So
yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And I appreciate you guys coming to us and wanting to, use the camp for a film because it's a beautiful camp. So, okay. Does anybody have any additional questions? Sheila, Caroline? No? Melissa?
Dory called me. So Dory just wanted to relay, Board of Health too. In addition to the board of, the select board, just be in touch with them because I know there's going to be catering, on site as well. And then Dory just mentioned the $1,000 deposit. So Chris, you can work with Dory on that.
Okay. So I would need to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Chris.
So in terms of getting, I guess, ultimate approval, you're saying we would have to contact the select board and the board of health.
Yep.
And is this just for the town?
Yeah, so how this kind of goes is you would get approval from us at the Camp Kiwanee Commission to film on site. That approval would then go to the select board. The select board would say, yep, looks good. They might have some other additional questions for you. And then from there, once the select board approves, that's when you'll get your permits from the Board of Health for the catering, and any caterer that you have should be able to fill out those permits. Dory can get you in touch with the fire chief and the police chief, and kind of relay that information on. And I'm pretty positive you could do all this at the same time, that you wouldn't need to necessarily wait for the select board to approve before you go ahead and just let the fire chief or the police chief know, just because your timeline's pretty short. But
because I guess that'd be my next question within that is there a general idea that you all, from doing this in the past, know how long it kind of takes to go through the select board and everything like that for final approval?
The last production that we had here was pretty massive. It was like they needed like police details and stuff like that. That they were planning on doing that. So I feel like this one's not as grand as that one was.
Yeah.
That one they were using the lodge, and they had like so. I can't say, but the select board normally meets every 2 weeks. Okay. So if we get you on the agenda for the next select board meeting for approval, then that will be kind of that. I can't speak to the exact time, though, unfortunately.
Actually, Frank, Dory just texted me. She thinks the select board meeting is next Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So that's even better. So yeah, we could probably get you on the select board meeting for next Tuesday.
Okay. And is there anything that you foresee that might come up as a potential issue for them?
Just that you've reached out to the fire and the police chief, try to get their sign off, or at least their preliminary sign off before you go to the select board, just so because they're going to ask about that, and they might make a vote tentative on their approval.
Okay.
Essentially.
We'll definitely do that. And this is for Hanson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then, okay, so we'll take care of that. And then I guess what I can do too is I will just re-email just some more of the compact information and just make everything kind of relay what I had said to you. I know I'd sent most of it to Dory, but now that it's just the 2 days and then the one scout day, I can send that information so that the select board can have more precise look at everything if that works with you all.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. One thing to think of, and I just thought about it, popped up in my head. If you're going to be leaving equipment on site overnight, it might be a good idea to get, and not that we have major break-ins here in Hanson, but if somebody, there's going to be people who know that there's something going to be filmed at the camp, right? I would talk to the police chief about maybe getting a detail up there just to watch, or security or something like that, just in case you have really expensive equipment up there, because you are in the middle of the woods. So yes. and there's not cameras there that are watching people. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, no, I think it's pretty good. I don't have any other questions. Sheila, Melissa, you guys have any questions? I believe the fee was, how much was the fee that we were charging you for this?
It was $8,000 total.
Okay, $8,000 total, right? Okay, does everybody agree with that fee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sheila's like, no, I want more. She said 32,000 is the bottom dollar. So okay, awesome. Well, I'll go ahead and we can go ahead and I'll entertain a motion to approve. Let me just get the wording here. Approve Chris Shaw's presentation for filming the Old Breed production and 2024 Calico Rock Films LLC for the dates of May 19th, 2024 to May 22nd, 2024 for the amount of $8,000. And we'll do a roll call. Melissa? Or I'm sorry, I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Sheila. So moved by Melissa. Okay. Mm-hmm. All those in favor? Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Caroline? Can't hear you, Caroline.
You're muted.
She's muted.
She can't unmute, she just said.
Just raise your hand if you say if it's an aye. She raised her hand. Okay, everybody saw that. And Frank Malisi's an aye. Okay. Okay.
Sorry,
thank you very much, Chris.
Awesome.
Thank you, Caroline. Chris, Dory will reach out to you. She's a great resource for everything that you need in town. She's kind of done this before. She herself might be an on-site producer one day for films, so work with her. And then yeah, if you have any other questions, just let us know, please.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful day.
All right. Talk
Good
soon.
luck.
Thank you.
Okay. I will then entertain a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor? Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye. Aye.
Caroline?
Aye.
And Frank's and I. Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good day. Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.